Hey guys, today's video is going to be my August favorites. It's actually the 30th of the month, and as I'm looking through my YouTube feed, I see all of these favorites videos being uploaded, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to put my favorites video. So I'm going to do it right now. I have some random stuff, really, today. Most of my July favorites kind of carried into August. I have a few new products that I'm going to go over with you, but like I said, a lot of randomness, so let's get into it. I mentioned the Previs, what is this? Oil-free tonic infused with antioxidant-rich daisy flower, blah, 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 to help lighten and brighten skin. So I am still hooked on this stuff. It's like crack. It's done a great job at helping to fade some blemish scars on my face, but I also have been adding in from Philosophy. This is the No Reason to Hide Multi-Imperfection Transforming Serum. I've had this for probably almost a year now, and I was recently at Sephora. One of the girls that works there was telling me that of all the products she's ever used, nothing has helped to, shrink pores, get rid of dark spots on the face. As long as I've had this, I've never used it with any longevity. I have never used it for a long period of time where I could see results from it. I would use it for a couple of days, didn't think it was doing anything, so then I would stop using it. And this is not a cheap little product either. This is around $68. But I have been using it now religiously for the last, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks. And these two combined have been like the dynamic duo. If you are in need of something light, because I use this twice a day, morning and night, and I like the fact that with it being a serum and that it's lightweight, it doesn't add an extra layer underneath of my moisturizer and my primer and foundation and all that good stuff. So it's a really, really good product to be able to use twice a day, and like I said, it has done such an amazing job. My skin has never looked better. All right. A product from Sephora. I'm mentioning this because this has been a favorite of mine for a long time. I've never talked about it in the favorites video, but because I am now down to like the last itty bitty teeny tiny amount, I'm asking for help. I got this for like $5 at Sephora. It was on clearance a couple of months ago. And that was the first time I ever purchased it. I was like, it's cheap. It's a waterproof eye makeup remover gel, and now I'm addicted to it. I use this every single night when I go to take off all of my makeup. This is the first step on my eyes, and then I'll take a makeup remover wipe and take off the rest of my makeup. But I can't find anything that compares to this. I like it because it's a gel. I don't like the oils. And I showed in a favorites video a while back from Algenist, but that's more of like all over the face kind of melting cleanser to get everything off the face. I want an eye makeup remover, and I want it to be similar to this gel. So if any of you guys know of a product comparable to this, please let me know where to find it. Also from Sephora, I picked up this solid brush cleanser. This is actually new to the Sephora line. So it's comparable to the Beauty Blender solid cleanser. And not only is it less expensive, but it, in my opinion, works better than the Beauty Blender one. Not to mention, it comes with a little teeny tiny scrubby pad. I don't know why that's a big deal to me, but it's textured. It has like the little bumps on it so you can rub your brushes against it to get it clean. But I found that whenever I was using the solid cleanser from the Beauty Blender line, I would have to go through maybe 2 or 3 times before the water would run clean through my brushes or my Beauty Blender. Whereas with this one from Sephora, once, maybe twice, depending on what brush it is. Like the Sigma F80, for some reason that brush is a mother to clean. But 2 times with this Sephora solid cleanser, and it is clean. So I highly recommend that if you guys are looking for something to clean your brushes and you like the Beauty Blender solid, try the Sephora one because I think it's better and it's cheaper. The foundation that I'm wearing right now, I've been wearing it I think I wore it every single day this month. The CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous Foundation. I find the more I wear this, the more I like it. And for days like today when I just need a little more coverage, I have got some serious breakouts happening. I don't know why. even though I say my skin has never looked better, I'm still breaking out a lot. It happens this time of year for me because my skin starts to freak out. It's like, what's happening? It's hot during the day, but then it's cold at night here in Pennsylvania. So my skin's not quite sure what it's supposed to do. Should I produce oil? Should I be dry? I don't know. So with all of the products that I'm trying to use to combat the dryness or the oiliness or whatever's happening, my skin just freaks out. So the more that I use this Stay Luminous, because it's not too dewy, but it gives my skin just enough luminosity that I look nice and healthy. So on days like this when I just want a little bit more coverage and this isn't enough, I put in a drop or two of my Cover FX custom cover drops. I have this in 2 different shades. This one is in G50, which is perfect for right now because my tan's still starting to fade out a little bit. So putting in a drop or two with, what shade am I in this? Medium beige. And it's a little too light by itself. So not only does this kick up the coverage a little bit, but it also darkens the shade a little bit. That's what I really, really like about these Cover FX custom cover drops is I have a lighter one to lighten and I have a darker shade to darken, and again it just gives me that little bit of an extra coverage. And then I kind of mix the two together whenever I want just my perfect shade, because I still wear those by themselves, but I do a drop of the lighter one, a drop of the darker one, and it's the perfect shade for when I have no tan at all. So I've been loving that combo. But a new primer that I tried out, I've been using this primer now for a couple of months, but I used it a lot in August because, like I said, my skin is starting to freak out and break out. This is a very intense putty-like primer, like putty-like. If you do not like the Professional, you will not like this. But let me tell you, nothing makes my skin look like porcelain. No other primer that I have used more than this. I tend to, because it's very thick and like putty, I will rub it in between my fingers to kind of emulsify it a little bit, just to melt it down and make it a little easier to work with. Because I find if I go directly to the skin with it and then try to blend it, it kind of balls up. So if I kind of warm it up in between my fingers before I put it on the face, it doesn't do that. But this is the Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. And this stuff is freaking amazing. It's amazing. So even if I use something like my NYX Angel Veil all over the face, I'll still use this like right in this area where I need to really smooth out texture issues. So if you have that problem, I highly recommend this one from Tarte. It was a sad, sad day when I ran out of my Super Stay Better Skin concealer from Maybelline. Like, I was scraping this mother to get some concealer out and nothing. It was dry as a bone. So I have fallen in love with an oldie but goodie. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. This is in the shade Light. Yeah. I don't know what's happening. It's like every concealer that I try, I'm like, oh my god, this is my favorite concealer. I like it better than the last one. I still really like this, the Super Stay Better Skin one, but as I have said before, it doesn't give the best coverage. It has a great formula. It doesn't crease. It blends out nicely. And the shade on Light is just perfect because it's not too yellow and it's not too pink. This one here on the Instant Age Rewind, this one is a little pinkier, which is fine. I don't like them too yellow and I don't like them too pink, but the coverage that this gives, and I find that I don't need a ton for it to actually do some highlighting underneath the eyes. This stuff is so good. I'm still waiting for my order from Morphe to come in. I just recently placed an order and I got 2 of the LA Girl Pro Conceals. I've never tried them before. So I really, really want to try those because everybody has raved about them for so long and I feel like I'm missing out. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, I forgot to mention this. So can we talk about how freaking cute this thing is? So I had to order a new beauty blender for my daughter because hers was actually growing mold on it. Gross. But I was looking online trying to find the best deal for the beauty blender. And a few months ago, my husband probably made the biggest mistake of his life. And he had told me that our Verizon Wireless account, so random, but you acquire reward points every month for, I mean, everything. Paying your bill, you get points for pretty much anything these days. So I can take those points and I can shop with them for makeup and sunglasses and shoes and purses and clothes and gift cards, I mean, whatever. So I was looking on the Verizon Wireless site and I found they had a couple of different beauty blenders. This one specifically is called the Bling Ring. So you get a little stand and a beauty blender for 20 bucks, which the beauty blender normally all by itself is 20 bucks. So, I mean, he's just been hanging out back here all by himself. Not by himself, but I brought him forward to talk about in the video today, and I think that is the cutest freaking thing I've ever seen in my life. So if any of you guys use Verizon Wireless for your cell phone provider, log into your online account and you'll see the rewards, and it'll take you to a totally different website and it'll show you all of the different things that you can shop for. It's addicting. A few eyeshadows from Colourpop that I have to talk about these. So I ordered them right before I left for vacation. Well, at least this one I did. This is in the shade Coconut. This is the most intense, this is a pearlized finish, but this is the most intense blue eyeshadow. The way I like to wear this the most, I will put, I'll wear a neutral color eye, and then I'll take this coconut shade and I'll smoke it out on the lower lash line, and it just really makes the eyes pop. And then these other two, these were part of a quad foursome. There was a collab that Coffee Break with Danny did with Colourpop. The collab was called Metamorphosis, Be the Change. I'm talking about these two specifically because these were a newer finish that Colourpop introduced for this collab. These are called Sheer Opals. So this one here, it's very comparable. I've heard some people say it's a dupe for MAC's Blue Brown Pigment. It's definitely not a dupe because these are sheer opals. So it was created to transform the finish of a base. So if you put a powder shadow or an eyeshadow stick or another Colourpop eyeshadow underneath and then you put this on top, it's just going to transform the finish. It's going to transform the color, but these alone are not opaque enough to mimic a pigment. But I love this one. This one is in the shade Kindness. And then this one is Hope. So it almost looks like a pearl. It's like a white, pinky, purple. They do look nice all by themselves, just as a nice light wash of color. And they have kind of like a duochrome effect to them. I hope Colourpop makes this finish, the sheer opal, part of their permanent line. But just in case they don't, I highly recommend picking up that Coffee Break with this collab with Coffee Break with Danny. It's called Metamorphosis, Be the Change. Colourpop does this all the time where their collabs are limited edition. Even though they hang around for quite some time, once they're gone, they're gone. So for 20 bucks, I would pay 20 bucks just for those two eyeshadows alone, but you get four, and the other two in the quad are really nice. There's a nice light camel transition shade, very, very nice. And then the other one is like a chocolatey brown. I'll throw up swatches. But they are beautiful. I love Colourpop eyeshadows. I don't find them difficult to work with at all. You just need a nice synthetic brush. That's all you need. I mentioned this blush in my last favorites video. It was at the end. I talked about the CCO haul. I purchased this at the CCO in Myrtle Beach. This is Warm Soul, which is a mineralized blush from MAC. I don't know how I have lived without this in my 37 years of life because it is simply perfection. It is so pretty. So I'm wearing it on the top of my cheeks today. You can wear this so many different ways. Like on a no makeup day, this will kind of, because of the sheen it gives, it works as a blush and a highlight. On an all-out glam makeup day, it works as a blush topper. And this is something that worked great in the summertime. It's like that perfect warm bronze. But now going into fall, I feel like this is going to be a great blush topper for those like blown out smoky eyes. This is so pretty. It's been talked about forever on YouTube, so if you don't own Warm Soul by MAC, if you own no MAC products, get Warm Soul. It is, God, it's so beautiful. And then two things I wanted to mention from my July favorites. I just want to mention them again this month just because this, I know they're saying it's limited edition and it's not going to be around much longer. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. This is the collab that they did with Jaclyn Hill, and I'm wearing that today as my highlight. I use this more than any other highlight that I own. I feel like it just looks beautiful with any makeup look. Even though it's more of a peachy gold, it still looks beautiful with any makeup look. And you can apply it depending on what brush you use, how you apply it. It doesn't have to be that like bam in your face kind of intense highlighter. It can be very subtle. Even if you don't want to spend the $38, buy it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It's so pretty. And then the other favorite from July that I feel like is just worth mentioning, this is the Anastasia Brow Enhancing Serum Advanced. I almost want to cry every time I look in the mirror and I see that I have new eyebrow hairs. And I don't know how long this product is going to work for. Like I am making a video on it to show the progression. Like when I started, this eyebrow like stopped right here. I had no hair from here over, and now I actually have hair, which is just, it boggles my mind because I've tried so many DIY projects to try and make my eyebrow hairs grow, and nothing has ever worked until this. I will say there are a few tips and tricks with this guy that I'll share in the video, but you have to be diligent with this. You have to put it on twice a day, morning and night. I store mine upside down like this is the brush tip end, and I store mine upside down, that way all the product is down at the brush tip. That way you know you're going to get the most product out, because this is pretty, you don't get a whole lot of product in here at 0.06 fluid ounces, but you don't need that much either. Like, you don't need to paint on 14 layers. Like, I literally am just, and that's it. That's all you need. And there aren't even words. There aren't even words. I did say before though, it's not going to magically just make hair grow. So if you have like a scar or a bald spot, something in your eyebrow where hair has never grown, it's not just going to make it start to grow. But like I said, in my case, I overplucked and overplucked for years, because in the 90s, when I was like really into makeup, that was like my high school years. Yes, I'm that old. Like the big, bold, thick brows were in, and I had the biggest, boldest, thickest brows you ever seen, and they were beautiful and they were thick and delicious. And I look at pictures from back then and I'm like, you are so stupid. Why did you pluck them? But in the early 2000s, like the pencil thin eyebrows were in, and at the time, I guess I thought that it was like shit, because my eyebrows were pencil thin. And then it just got to the point where my brow hairs were like, okay, we're not growing no more. We're done. You've killed us. We're out. So luckily, Anastasia, you have brought my brow game back. It is strong. It's getting there. And once they grow in, I'm never touching them with tweezers ever again. All right, last few products have to do with liquid lipsticks. I've been wearing them like crazy. And now that we're getting into fall, this is like the best combo when it comes to liquid lipsticks. But first I'm going to talk about the lip primer that I've been using a ton, especially with the Colourpop liquid lipsticks, because they are so liquidy and they are so drying. I don't personally have an issue with it, even though I wear them all day. From morning till night when I get home from work, they are on my lips, and I eat, and I'm a smoker. And so throughout the day, it's not like I'm not doing anything that will prevent it from coming off. So I've been using my Bite Beauty lip primer. This is a primer that does not really put any kind of product on your lips. What I mean by that, like, is if you put on, say, an EOS ball, it's got that waxy texture to it. So when you rub your lips together, you can feel that you have something on your lips. Whereas with this product, it's pretty, I don't want to say dry, because it's not dry, but there's really nothing there. But it's just a nice layer to put down underneath of a liquid lipstick to give you just a little bit of moisture, just a little bit. Even if you don't do the Bite Beauty primer, try the EOS balls, because they are similar in that the EOS balls are waxy. They're not glossy, so it's not going to disrupt the finish or decrease the longevity of your liquid lipstick. So try like an EOS ball or something like that. But the liquid lipsticks that I have been wearing a ton from Stila. This is Patina. So it's that beautiful like pinky mauve, pinky brown mauve shade. But because I don't want to go with it all over the lips, I will take Lovely from Anastasia because it's just like a hair lighter than Patina. And I will just kind of, with my finger, just kind of dab it right in the center of my lips, and it just gives that really nice ombre effect. And because Stila and Anastasia have a very similar formula, it's that like thicker, moussey texture, those two mix together very nice, and it doesn't, if you try to mix something with the Colourpop liquid lipsticks, it can make them kind of funny and they don't look good. So that is a great combo. And then when it comes to removing the liquid lipsticks, I talked about this months ago, but I'm mentioning it again only because it is on the Sephora website right now for $5. It's on its way out. It's just like this. It's on its way out from Sephora. I'm going to buy 10 of them. I don't care. I'm going to spend $50 on the oil and gel lipstick remover because nothing has ever taken my liquid lipstick off like this. Now, don't get me wrong. If you've used like olive oil or something like that, that will definitely take off a liquid lipstick, but it's also going to make it run and bleed all over your face. This is a product that if you say you put a liquid lipstick on and you don't want to commit. You're like, why did I do this? Now I'm in it for the long run. You can take a product like this, just a little teeny tiny ball of it on your finger, work it around, let it sit for like 30 seconds, and then it will remove just your liquid lipstick. It's not going to take off the rest of your face. So I highly recommend this. Highly recommend this. I don't even think they have these in stores in Sephora anymore. I think you can only buy it online. Like I said, $5 a pop. It is worth it. And if you guys know of anything comparable to that, let me know, because once those sell out, like I said, I don't think Sephora is going to come out with anything else that's similar to it, so we're screwed. Alright guys, so that's all for my August favorites video. Hopefully you guys found a product or two that you think you want to maybe run out and buy. A lot of random stuff too in this video, like did you know that you could log onto your Verizon Wireless account and shop for makeup? I didn't know that. My husband wishes I didn't know that now either. But as always, thank you so very much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye. But I love the packaging on the Glossybox. They wrap it up so nice. It's like you're opening a present every month. And then they